106 miles to Chicago. We got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.
Wow!
Welcome back to the Blues Brothers Minute. This is that show where we watch and discuss and enjoy the film The Blues Brothers 2 minutes at a time. I am one of your triple threat of co-hosts. My name is Tom Taylor. On deck as number 2 co-host here is Mike DiMaria.
Triple threat? What are you talking about?
I don't know. I'm just saying words.
First of all, you're not a threat at all. So if anything, there's going to be a double threat on this show. But I'd really only say there's a single threat.
Okay.
All right.
The only threat to the show is Mike DiMaria. The saving grace of the show is our other co-host, Dan Lewis.
Yeah. So I'd like to know what those 3 threats are. The triple threat. How are you doing, everybody?
Chastity, hope, charity. I forget how it goes.
Those are the 7 deadly sins you're thinking of.
I'm sorry. Sneezy, grumpy, itchy,
scratchy,
and Doc. That's 4. That can't be it. Okay. We are here to discuss minutes 75 and 76 of the film The Blues Brothers. This is what happens in these minutes. We get Carrie Fisher driving off after blowing up a phone booth with a flamethrower and a propane tank. The phone booth crashes to the earth. Jake and Elwood find a lot of change. Then Henry Gibson is painting an eagle or something, and he gets the news that they have the address of Elwood Blues, and they go to find him at 10 whatever West Addison. And then the minutes end with the Blues Brothers driving around in circles and coming upon Bob's Country Bunker.
Yeah,
that's what you get in these minutes.
Right.
It's exciting. It's a good time to be alive.
I like how he keeps referring to that address as 10 something whatever.
It's like some famous sporting arena.
Yeah.
That everybody knows by heart. What is it actually? Is it 1040?
1060. That's what it
1060.
is.
That was close. It's on the right block.
They have no reason to
hasn't changed since 1914.
Right.
Hasn't changed since the day the Titanic sank.
No, that was 1912. You're thinking of Fenway Park.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, right. Fenway Park and Tiger Stadium.
Yeah.
Inventor of the wave.
Yep. 1912.
Yeah. I like these minutes. You guys like these minutes?
Yeah, they're all right.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, it's got Henry Gibson. That's always a pleasure.
Yeah.
It's got Henry Gibson. It's also got a very good phone booth crash.
Yeah.
There's something very satisfying about that phone booth just falling out of nowhere and just
they knew what they were getting into.
Crashing thud.
Yeah.
Yeah. I say let them crash and find $7 worth of
Let them crash. Yeah, Wrigley Field, obviously built 1914.
Really?
Yeah, it has not changed, like Mike says, much. Some renovations and stuff. Now, in that big opening part, they've added some stuff, and there's an Ernie Banks statue. And Ernie Banks' favorite thing was Let's Play 2. And then whenever we think of recording 2 episodes, which we never do, we always say, Let's Play 2. And it never happens because, as we mentioned before,
never go to bed.
When the Cubs would play the first game like 15 innings, I doubt he would want to play 2 anymore.
Right.
Very similar.
Well, we're not. I doubt we're going to play 2 tonight.
Right. Let's play 2.
But the kids won't know. The kids at home won't know. They'll just they get 1 episode this week. They get another episode the next week. They don't care when it's recorded.
Anybody ever made the joke? Sure they did that. Like Ernie Banks should have said, "Let's lose 2." For back in his day with the Cubs.
In those days, they were losing a lot.
Ernie Banks famously never went to the World Series and
500
plus home runs.
Yeah, some trouble. There's only going to be 1 tonight. Not sleeping very well.
Yeah, whenever you saw Ernie Banks at shortstop with some almond milk and some and Romanian slippers, you knew that he was only going to play 1.
Yeah,
that was hot chocolate.
Probably wasn't going to make it through the 3rd inning.
Yeah, hot chocolate.
Yeah, I'm not sleeping well. I gotta go get a sleep study or something. Something's not right.
Oh, really? It's that bad?
Yeah.
What's
exhausted.
pattern?
I'm exhausted every minute of my life, and I could fall asleep at any minute. But let's say I fall asleep at 10 o'clock. I wake up either at midnight or exactly at 2 o'clock every night, or in the morning, and then I'm up for a couple hours, and then I nod off for like a half hour to 40 minutes.
What happens when you get up?
I just wake up. I wake up and I look over and I say, aha, it's going to be 2 a.m. And I look over, it's 2:01 or it's 1:58.
Mm-hmm.
But
then what do you do?
I sit there and I say, go back to sleep, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, so that's your problem.
With myself. Right. Yeah, I know.
That's your problem. I can tell you how to deal with this. It's easy. People make it too difficult.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Dan.
You wake up at 2 a.m. or midnight or whatever it is. Just say, I'm going to lay here and relax. It doesn't matter that I'm sleeping or not. Big problem is when you go, oh, shit, I'm not sleeping right now. That's bad.
Right.
Yeah, I understand that.
Yeah, just lay there and go, you know what? I think I'll just pretend I'm like underneath a tree and just chilling out and just chewing on a piece of straw.
I often will wake up at exactly 4:30 in the morning, which means I have about an hour and a half or so before I'm supposed to get up. Mm-hmm. And I often don't really go back to sleep, but I'm also like, you know what? It's close enough to me getting up that I guess I'm not doomed if I don't fully go back to sleep. But it's also, kind of like Dan saying, I'm just going to enjoy being in bed and not having to get up right now. It's just sort of like I'm awake enough to appreciate that I'm in bed and kind of sort of asleep maybe. And just kind of enjoy that.
Right.
Enjoy bed.
All
Maybe
right.
don't worry about sleep. Just enjoy being in bed.
Mm-hmm. All right. Whatever works for you guys.
Think about how nice it feels.
Save lives, drive safe, prevent fires. That's the message of Wrigley Field, home of the Chicago Cubs.
On that day.
I want to know why that message is on the neon sign of Wrigley Field. Is that still true to this day in 2000, whatever this is?
It's true that
it changes daily.
Are you dead serious?
Yeah, the message changes every day. It's like advertisements.
Really?
There's a screen
What kind of a
there.
sign is that?
It always says Wrigley Field, home of the Chicago Cubs. That's the old sign with the Art Deco style is still there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
then that second part is just like is it like one of those like red dot matrixy kind of things?
Wait a minute. Did you think that to this day, for the last 50 years, it's always said save lives, drive safely, prevent fires?
Watching it in this scene, it looks like it's the same kind of neon as the rest of the sign. Like it'd be a permanent part of the sign.
Wow.
That's why I raised the question. I didn't think that was normal. That's why I raised it as a question.
Yeah.
An indignant question, even.
Again, Tom doesn't know anything
Field?
about the city that he's lived in for decades.
Yeah, well,
wait a minute, though.
It's a big city.
There is something to it, though. Is that the exact same sign they have now? That writable part, Dan?
Well, I'm sure they've had it replaced since then, or maybe they haven't. Maybe they just keep refurbishing the sign, and then they wrapped an LED thing around the front of it or something.
Field sign.
Wrigley.com. See, now it's looking like it's like a printed sign with the screen. But I'm guessing the Wrigley Field part probably still lights up. I'm looking at like daytime pictures.
Well, it's different now because it's got like a digital part to it.
Right.
Yeah.
That's in black and
see, if I had seen that, I wouldn't have been confused. I would have said, okay, that makes sense. It's a sign. They want people to save lives, but only today. They could change their minds about that later, and it won't affect the sign. Hey, listen.
I don't know what type of sign.
Well, that was episode 34.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's it.
Wrigley Field sign generator, so you can put your own signs on there, I think.
Ooh. That's always fun.
Just put that right on the side.
Fuck you, pay me. There's a...
Hey, I tried very hard to find out what the who's in that painting behind Henry Gibson as he's painting his eagle or whatever, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And I could not. There's like a significant looking Nazi fellow in a beautiful.
Yeah, he almost looks
portrait.
Local. Like some local hero.
Like it could be the gym teacher at the local school or
something.
something.
It looks like a young Henry Gibson to me. Like,
oh, really?
Yeah, like a self-portrait that he had done 2 decades before that.
Oh, wow.
Might be William Shatner.
It almost looks a little bit William Shatner.
I wonder if that's like their local Gropenfuhr.
Looks like Shooter McGavin and Happy Gilmore.
Yeah, that could be the like the Gropenfuhr version of an alderman. You know, like a very regional Gropenfuhr.
Yeah, he's the he's the Wrigleyville Gropenfuhr.
Right, sure. So I wonder. So is it that you get a cheaper eagle if you paint it yourself, or that you can get a painted eagle, or is it that painting eagles is like a hobby?
I think it's a hobby.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And he's got
they didn't
one.
Really have those pottery like painting places that they have all over the place now. Back then, did they?
Yeah.
Where you're like, oh, I'll paint a mushroom. I'll paint a car.
Right.
Yeah.
a lot of posters in this movie of idols. You got MLK.
Yes.
Malcolm X, John F. Kennedy, in a couple different scenes so far. And a couple different posters in this one. You've got a couple of German-looking dudes. And a guy with a funny mustache. And a very stern look.
That is. Charlie Chaplin, I think
it's
that
a
is.
Chaplin-esque figure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, with the dark shock of hair, parted way on the side. And one of those mustaches that you often see on that website, Kittler. Those Kittlers. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Have you seen these websites?
What are you talking about?
Yeah, they have a site called, it's like Kittlers or something, and it's like those black and white cats that just by chance happen to have that little mustache in the front.
Wow.
And they have like
the internet will never get bored.
Dark hair markings on the top that make them look like Hitler. These cats.
Now who's this guy? So this guy comes in with the suit on. Why is he different than everybody else?
Yeah.
Everybody else is in there.
Is he the guy we saw early? Is he the guy, was he on the bridge with them?
I don't remember him.
I don't know.
Why would they dress him up like a clown in this scene? He's dressed like almost
car salesman.
Like, I understand that every era has its own look, you know?
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that it objectively didn't look, even at the time you might have gone like, you look like a clown. Because
he looks like he looks like he owns or he manages like the fast food restaurant.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like he's the manager that's giving everybody shit at the burger chef.
He's the guy that, like, when you arrive, he at his dealership goes, I'm going to put you in a Buick today. Mm-hmm. And he says it that way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right. He's your best friend.
Big white belt, bright white belt.
Yeah.
What's weird is you would see this exact ensemble in other movies of the time that were not comedies. Like it's not a joke outfit. It's just kind of what people look like.
That's I guess my point, Tom. Right? Like kind of. It's like It's not a joke outfit, but I mean, it's not that far from clown outfit.
Right. We're laughing.
Yeah.
I think
we're smart enough and from the future enough.
If you take the powder blue jacket off, then it kind of works a little bit. It's throwing that powder blue jacket on with all that maroon going on.
Yeah,
he said the same thing about Rodney Dangerfield in Caddyshack, that a lot of times, like, the individual pieces that he was wearing were legit, but the way they were slapped together made for a gaudy nightmare.
Yeah,
it's
you
hard
can't
to
see,
tell
but I bet he's
legit,
got size 28 shoes and a flapping dickie. I bet that tie spins around.
I wonder. I was thinking about this.
He's got the pants pulled up to the belly button.
I wonder if this is gross. Their politician that they're all behind. Like this is the guy that's running for alderman, and he's really really a Nazi.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
We have one of those guys going on here in Illinois, don't we? Or do we? I felt like somebody just posted something about like an actual kind of local level politician who's an Illinois Nazi.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, an actual somebody posted in the listeners' hole.
Yeah.
Actual.
Now
Illinois
I got to
Nazi.
look it up. Yeah.
If they want to be mentioned on the show, they can do a Patreon payment.
That's true.
But if you see that it is somebody who's already a patron who did the mention, then you should mention it.
Right.
But otherwise.
Yeah, if you want to get mentioned in any shape or form, fuck you, pay us.
Right.
Right here for our health. We don't even like each other. You're forcing us to talk to each other because you're so clever and witty. Oh, 55,000 of my neighbors voted for a neo-Nazi from the Chicago Tribune. I will name the person who posted this. It's our old friend Scott Van Dyke, who is not a patron, but he is a true blue, solid dude.
But can I ask you this?
Yeah.
Is he a Catholic?
I'm not sure if the article gets into that. If he is a Catholic. I'm
talking about Scott Van Dyke.
Oh, Scott Van Dyke, he could be a Catholic. I'm not sure. But his name is like a rash all over the computer, I'll tell you that.
But I'll tell you what, though, when he says that about the cake, he has such joy in saying, and guess what? He's a Catholic. Like that just puts the cherry on the cake of it all. Yeah, he's a traffic menace. He's all over the computer, but guess what?
He knocked him in the water.
And he's a Catholic. Let's go.
I love Henry Gibson so much. He's the best part of every movie he's in, including the Blues Brothers.
Was there something about the Nazis and the Catholics? Like, was that like they're one of their biggest foes? Like, what is it? It always struck me.
Catholic.
But I'm saying it always struck me when I watched this movie as a kid. It was like when he said, "And he's a Catholic." I thought it was the Jews they had the problem with. You know, as a kid, I'm like, what is it about the? And I get it. I'm sure they hated the Catholics too, but it was just like, what? Like, what is the thing here? Like, what was it about the Jews? I mean, I'm sorry, the Nazis and the Catholics. Was that one of their targets?
Catholics? I'm not going to know what I'm talking about, but I'll just keep saying words. It seems like that there's like evangelicals and stuff and born again Christians and things like that. Those super hardcore, you know, sects or whatever, they always seem to have a beef with the Catholics. And I wonder if this is just sort of,
but it's one thing to have a beef with them, and it's once to, you know, trying to look it up now. I want to figure this out, but you guys go ahead.
Okay. All right.
Right.
Dan, how was your Thanksgiving? As we record, this is the first time we've talked after Thanksgiving.
I was going to ask sort of the same thing. I want to see what you guys were up to.
I said it first.
Folks, as you're listening to this, we've just had Thanksgiving.
Yes.
It was good. It was good. I went to Albuquerque.
Oh, really?
Some friends there, and it was nice to get away and out of the smoke that was here, and then into some fresh air. Although at the higher elevation, there were some minor effects, I believe.
Oh, really?
And then, I just came back home. So that was about it. Did you guys hang out?
You mentioned a while ago that you don't necessarily get together with family at these occasions. You often just go with a big group of friends.
This is a group of friends. Same group, though. It's really tight kind of Thanksgiving. Really like family in a way. It's got a kind of that feel.
Friendsgiving.
It's Friendsgiving.
Yeah.
Right.
Friendsgiving.
One of my friends in there started calling it X-giving because... And then we made fun of him because he just thought that, like, because Xmas, he just thought that, like, you just take the first part of it and just make it an X.
Yeah. That works.
He didn't realize that it was a Christ thing.
Yeah. I didn't realize that for ages either. So you can make fun of me. Finally, you have something to make fun of me for.
We've probably been calling it Xmas for half dozen years now because of his mistake.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And we have a big rock, paper, scissors tournament.
Oh my God!
I know it sounds.
I did not expect that Mike would like that.
And it's very fun. It's a kind of a really good feel to it.
Is it a team thing? Is it an?
Oh my God!
Round robin.
It's like fucking kickball in the park or Foursquare in the park.
It's a bracket. It's not like kickball. It's once a year at Thanksgiving.
Fucking rock, paper, scissors. Look at me. Look at me. Look at us.
Let's not tell anyone how.
It's in privacy of our house.
Yeah, but now it's on a podcast.
It's even worse.
So what? Yeah. Well, I know that I realize how it sounds, but it's quite a bit of fun for those people who are interested in fun. For the
honestly,
type of people who like it, fun.
I am curious how to, like, with a big group of people, how does a rock paper scissors tournament actually work?
It's a seeded bracket, so 16 players.
Mm-hmm.
And you advance in the bracket, and it's just you score best out of 10. So it's you can. It's very hard to score actually because it's quick, and a person has to be standing about at least 3 or 4 feet away, and they just mark it on. They have a piece of paper, and every time someone wins, you mark it. You'd be surprised how much focus it takes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
It works out. Yeah.
Who won? Did you come at all close to winning?
Well, my roommate won this year.
They all lost. Everyone involved in that tournament lost.
From the first
and I'm
draw.
losing by listening to it. We're all lost. We're all losing. We're all wandering in the woods right now.
What did you do, Mr. Dynamic Pants?
Dynamic Pants.
Nobody said what was so fun?
Cheesy.
And erudite about your damn Thanksgiving.
My damn Thanksgiving?
Mm-hmm.
Dare you? How dare you?
Your ex-giving.
Dare you? Swallow like that, and I got to listen to that shit.
Next, thank you.
I could tell you. Why would I tell you? Fuck you. Fuck you and that tall goon of a friend of yours.
So that's the spirit.
Okay. Yeah. All right. I'm down with that.
Very
How was
nice.
yours,
Hey,
Tom?
listen,
How were you?
mine was fine, very traditional, very good and fine and swell.
No, there's something there.
Yeah.
There's something there.
Something
There's
there.
always something there.
He's lying.
I don't know if I want to get into it on the airwaves.
He ain't
But
lying.
no, it was good.
Yeah.
I was expecting
Everything
a lot of
okay,
weirdness, and there was just a slight smattering of weirdness. Smattering?
Right.
Smattering.
A little hiccup.
A smear of weird.
Yeah, a little bit of just a little. Well, who's your father?
No, but it was a lot of fun. We went to the city and saw my cousins,
Oh.
including my cousin Reagan, who's a listener of the show.
New York City.
New York City.
Wow.
I dragged my family 2 blocks from Grand Central Station so that we could take a picture of the Daily News building, which, as you know, doubled as the Daily Planet in Superman the movie. So that was very cool.
Yeah, I've been in meetings there many times next to the big globe.
Have you really?
Yeah,
with the big globe.
With the big globe, but I had UN women offices are there, so I had I've had many meetings in there. Yeah, their offices are very Art Deco outside.
Yeah,
very Art Deco buildings. Right on, was it? Street is it on? Is it 42nd or?
It's on 42nd and like 3rd.
Yeah, between 3rd and
Yeah.
UN women.
Cool. Looks like just the same.
Yeah, UN women.
Things are going more unisex now,
woman.
like the bathrooms and stuff. You'd think that the office buildings themselves would mix and not just be separated that way.
What are you talking about? That's just the agency of UN Women has their offices there.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Do they serve a lot of 7-Up there? They have the Uncola for the unwomen. And it's sort of like a theme that they have going.
You know what?
That
Go
one
fuck
I don't
yourself.
get.
Oh,
Everybody.
UN. I'm sorry. I thought you were
Oh,
just
wow.
I get it.
There goes Tom.
Woo!
Tom with the zinger. Hey, they're not all
Twirling 3
winners.
pies at once. Look at me go.
Yeah.
Whatever. It's fine.
Okay.
Do what you want to do.
Yeah. I just didn't.
And I saw the balloons being blown up for the Macy's parade. That was good, clean fun.
Balloons.
Yeah.
Did
Big balloons.
Did they blow up into funny shapes?
Nah, just Charlie Brown.
Less circular.
Just circular.
That is Charlie Brown and Spider-Man and
I was picturing
SpongeBob
some dude whose job it is, just like the back of an alley, just blowing them up like manually with his own mouth.
Yeah.
Like just repeatedly breathing into it.
Blue.
Yeah.
It's a living.
Yeah. He has to start in August.
Yeah.
Right.
We're still got turkey coma.
Yeah.
I guess so. Still picking
Well,
cranberries.
do you guys
out of my
make
teeth.
a lot? There's nothing to ask. What's going on? Jesus.
I don't know. These aren't dead minutes either. This is a really good scene where they get to Wrigley Field and he says the Blues Brothers are going to fuck up, and when they do,
let's also
they
not
better
pretend
hope
like it's some great movie either. Look, I love it, but I mean,
Yeah.
a lot of this shit makes no sense and it's boring.
Why are we doing this?
Notice they have
I
white
did
power
this
stickers on the cars.
They do. They're not
Yeah, it
very
says
subtle.
white power.
White power,
The
right on
Nazis
the
have
car.
never been known for their subtlety.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Well, they also never take these fucking uniforms off. Now, here's something I just noticed. So these guys are just like the Blues Brothers. They wear the same goddamn suit they had on 7 years ago.
Oh.
They never change.
The Blues Brothers are merely shadowy reflections of the Nazis.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And another thing here is when he gets up and he says, "Let's go." He just walks away from the paint, doesn't put the cap on him. Drives me nuts.
Nope.
Yeah, just leave
Maybe
the
he's got
thing
some-
undone like that. No Nazi would do that.
No.
Yeah.
Nazis are very...
No true hobbyist,
They're
eagle
nothing
painting
if
hobbyist
not
would leave that like
fastidious.
that. Yeah.
Right.
It's madness.
All right, well, then we cut right to the Blues Brothers heading to Bob's Country
The
Bunker.
best part of the movie.
Right.
Back to
approaching the
back
best
to
part of the movie.
Boogie Chillin', the John Lee Hooker tune once again.
That is the same song, right? As
Same
a
song.
couple minutes ago. Yeah.
That's right.
So traveling music.
Mm-hmm. A little traveling music, please.
I like
This
that.
Yeah.
What's his name? Murph seems to be completely oblivious to the fact that he's being had. Like, the entire band is like either asleep or pissed off. Like, we've been driving around for 3 hours. And Jake says, "No, I'll be there soon." And Murphy's just like, "What's the name of the place?" He's like super pleasant and eager and like, "Hey, I'm excited to get to the place. We're gonna play a show."
Do you also notice that? Do you also notice they got the Murph and the Magic Tone cabinets in there with them?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
The red shag
Yeah.
with
Yeah,
the
the
red
amps.
shag.
It's the red fur, the red shag.
Right, but when they take the stage later, the stuff's not up there.
Oh, right.
We'll bring that
are
up
they just
later.
using the bunkers place?
No,
stuff?
we'll get to this later. No.
Okay.
We'll get to this later. But Bob's stage, when they put the lights on, it's completely empty.
Huh.
Right.
Except for like a little upright piano. We'll get to that later.
They did buy stuff from Ray, and now they have 2 of everything.
It's a good pre-question, though.
Right.
Like Mike says, why would they have all those amps, carrying them around, not going to use them?
Right. Yeah. And they have the thick red shag Fender amplifiers in the car with them. They're all they're all in their
oh man.
They're all I'm telling you, I'm not sleeping. I'm not.
Well, you sound like you're sleeping.
No. Maybe you are sleeping right now.
I'm living on a diet of Halloween candy. Halloween candy and like Nutella.
I've done that.
And an occasional cheeseburger from McDonald's and or Burger King. And I'm not sleeping on top of it. I don't have a future.
Wait a minute.
Just so you
know.
That was
a leap.
Well, yeah. Because I'm not sleeping, first of all. And I'm eating like a yeah, it's okay.
Call me crazy, but the Whopper Jr. I feel is more tasty than the standard Whopper. Yeah.
Oh, really?
The ratios are better.
Isn't it Whoppers
There's something
Jr.
about the Whopper Jr. where it comes together better.
Isn't it with a plural like Whoppers Jr.?
Well, if you got 2.
Didn't we cover this before?
Yeah, well, it was in the Onion. I think it was a headline. It was like somebody orders. Oh no, it was William Sapphire orders 2 Whoppers Jr. That was great. I forgot about that headline. 2 Whoppers Jr. William Sapphire.
No, if you go head to head with a McDonald's hamburger and a Burger King single hamburger, the 2 singles.
Yeah.
No, there's no hands down. Burger King's got it.
I believe you're right. The flame broiled taste is better. Right? I think the Burger King is better. Fries, I don't know.
No, fries you got McDonald's.
I haven't had any. I got some fries from Burger King at the airport recently on the way out. And I just, we already ate something, and then I was like, I need a little something else. I'll get some fries, because it sounded good to me to have, like, fast food fries, which I really like, I remember liking. But either these fries were shitty relative to what normal Burger King fries were, or my standards for fries have gone up by going to too many bistros and shit around here for too long.
That's probably what it is.
And then going back.
I think Burger King actually literally changed their fry formula a few years ago, and
Did
we're
they?
kind of famous for it. Yeah, they made a big deal out of it. They just because I think they're very like kind of. I think they're going for being battery or something, like kind of like crunchy and crispy on the outside, and kind of a thick battery kind of thing. But it comes across as just very kind of heavy, just kind of grossly heavy and kind of flavorless in a weird way.
These were gross and flavorless. It was very strange. Yeah. French fries.
That was Burger King.
It should be amazing.
Yeah. If you get good McDonald's fries, those are still really good.
I agree with you.
Well, yeah, because that's all engineered for you to just fall in love with them.
They know what they're doing.
That's fine. It works.
They got my number.
Yeah. And you get a big handful of them when you're reaching into the bag and you're driving.
Yeah.
You reach back behind and steal it for the kids.
I love that.
When the kids...
Yeah.
And they go, what are you doing? You're like, I got to do this. I'm driving. I got to do this.
I got no future. I can't sleep.
Yeah, I got to take my cut. I got to take my cut. My
exactly. 10%. How great is it when you have the fries and you're in the car still and you decide, I'm going to finish them. I don't give a shit, right? Like, I'm going to get back and there's going to be only a burger, and that's fine because I don't give a shit, and you give in and you just stuff your face with them, right? And then when you get inside, you notice that there's like 10 of them on the bottom of the bag. How great is that feeling?
Yeah, there's always some at the bottom.
And you just feel so good. You're so glad some spilled out.
Yeah.
I swear to God, they've been making spill containers for this reason. They want some of those to spill out.
Well, it's like the Five Guys people must have figured out that they engineer it that way now. They're like, okay, you order whatever size you want. We're just going to fill this tiny little Dixie cup and then the entire bag with fries.
Yeah, right.
And it'll go nuts. Yeah.
Funny you should say that, because we were in Michigan for Thanksgiving. We went and got burgers for everybody at Five Guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're expensive as shit too for some.
They have that in
reason.
Michigan now.
Yeah,
I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, they're all over
so
the place.
we ordered there were 6 of us. We ordered 6 cheeseburgers and different. Then we said let's have
You had
6
guys.
fries.
That makes it tough.
All right, well just relax.
Yeah, they don't know what to do.
That means you got to use them. You got to go up to 30.
They just gave me right. They just gave me a paper shopping bag full of fries.
Yeah.
Instead of, and there was like 6 little containers in there, like those Dixie cups. But they just literally filled up the bag with fries.
There's like a stack of containers that are just like they're nominally like they stack them. They're still nested, and they just dump them in there just to make sure that to signify that there are 6 orders nominally.
Yeah.
Just count the Dixie cups. That's how many fries you ordered.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Trust us.
It's all there. You can count it. It's all there.
Yeah, it's all there.
Go on.
Don't embarrass
Mortimer dropped
me.
his money clip.
Yeah, don't ever embarrass me like that again. You don't need to count it in front
It's
of me.
always scary when you leave the fries in there for too long, and then the bag just turns into a wet, soaked grease bag.
You just realize,
the bag.
Ugh.
It's your window to wait game. Dr. Hey, everybody.
I've gotten in trouble before for looking at Facebook while we were recording the show. My excuse this time is that I announced that I was getting on Facebook to check out the listeners hole to find that thing, which I did. Right. But I would also like to give a shout out to Trevor Douglas Gay, who just posted minutes ago while we were recording. I would think that that'd be fun for anyone to know that they were interrupting me while we're recording. And he posted a thing. Unicycling Darth Vader upgrades to flaming bagpipes. Keep Portland weird. The Unipiper official something.
Wow.
Because we were talking about unicycles a while ago.
That's very exciting.
That's pretty great.
Mm-hmm.
That's extremely exciting. And that was Facebook Minute on the our feature that we do every episode now, where we just read stuff off of Facebook.
Well, it's stuff directed to us. It's in the listeners' hole. It's
Portland
it's
annoys
nice that
the
the
shit
fans
out
are
of me
communicating with us.
Yeah, it's such a beautiful place too.
Thank you, Trevor.
It's so beautiful, just ruined by just this type of all this this. I hate self-consciously self-congratulatory weirdness.
Mm-hmm.
Keep it weird.
Said the Tournament of Champions rock paper scissors combatant.
It's not weird. We've been doing it for years. It's grandfathered in. Okay.
Before it was cool.
Yeah, it was before it was cool. It was we started doing it before there was even scissors, like in that Gary Larson cartoon, right? They just keep tying because it's all rocks.
Oh.
All right.
No, I'm exhausted. I'm going to make it.
Oh, you're not all right. You've covered that actually. You've been
I'm not. No.
Explicit.
No, in the minute that I was listening today, because it is Monday, I think it was 31 that came out. We were talking about the Uber.
32
Uber
actually.
32.
Yeah.
And you mentioned something like, do you think the people that get in the car with you realize they're getting in the car with an utter maniac?
It's a valid question.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you been?
Or the psychotic person that they're getting in the car with. I'm like, is that how the world sees me?
Mike?
Is that how the world sees me?
That's how we see you, and we love you. No, come on.
When I was driving a cab in Ann Arbor, I once picked up the Hong Kong rugby team from a bar. I don't know what they were doing there, but they had matching blazers, big guys. But they were drinking, and they were jolly Brits, these guys.
And they were from Hong Kong?
Yeah, it was the Hong Kong rugby team, all British guys.
Okay.
And at this point, so they offered me $60 on top of the fare, which was like a $10 fare maybe or something, to drive straight through campus. It's like it's ridiculous. You can't drive a car where they are asking me to drive a car.
Mm-hmm. Was this through the Triad or something?
Yeah, the quad and
the quad, that's right.
They called the quad, and they were like $60. He's like, drive through the quadrangle, and
they have to make it weird.
I was like, I don't know, and I would never, especially for $60, but even if you quadrupled it, I would never do that now. But at the time, I was like, yeah, okay, that seems reasonable, and then I just did it, and I couldn't believe it, and and if you know the quad and Ann Arbor, it's like, it's just a walking area. There's no reason you drive a car all the way through it. It was good.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of my favorite stories from driving a cab.
How long did you do that for?
Senior year, basically.
Because you finished up at Michigan, right?
Yeah, that's right. And I think I probably
wait a
did
minute.
The last
Wait
part
a
of my
minute.
junior year.
Wait, so you got your degree from Michigan?
Yeah.
Tom, well, he can go to camp. He can go to Tommy's creepy camp.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
I can go to
amazed
creepy
you don't get
camp?
the flyers. Of
Yeah.
course.
Oh my
You're
God,
an
Tom! Do
alumni.
you want to plan to go to creepy camp next summer?
Oh, I've been waiting for you to ask this whole time.
I can
Screw
report
that
from
friend
there,
of mine,
Mike.
Jerry Porter. I'll go with you.
Can I do
Yeah,
like a
I
travel log?
Yes.
I totally forgot about that.
Me too. I should have put that together long ago.
I can record like
Dan's actually more welcome there than you are, Tom.
He's legit. I'm just
He's
a
legit.
hanger-on.
You're a legacy.
Yeah, because like
Yeah.
we said, there's no beds. Those beds aren't going to be for somebody that Tom's height. I could still fit in the beds.
Yeah. I haven't gone in so long that I have my legacy,
It's gone.
cred is probably sapped. It's probably
But I can
out of date.
I can go just by virtue of being an alumnus. So
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
really, I just apply and I go in there and I go, I'd like to go to creepy camp.
Yeah.
Please. I'm 43, and then they let me go. But what do you think if I went with Tom there, Mike, as an observer, and then I just did from every week or every day that I was there. Maybe I go for a week or something, and every day that I'm there, I record a little. I'll do like a 3 to 5 minute like daily recap, the audio recording, the life
of what
of
you did, yeah.
the life of a nerdling or a 40.
Tom's
Camp
very proud of himself
nerdling.
today.
Yeah.
Tom just trounced a 10-year-old at archery. He's very proud of himself.
Right, exactly.
We're excited for Tom.
Tom just
Feeling good.
Tom just won the Wilford Brimley movie trivia contest. Running away.
Yeah. He ran the 3-legged race by himself. We're all very proud of him. Disgusted and proud.
Yeah, you can go.
Okay. Maybe I'll go to
It's
creepy
gonna be the
camp.
best summer ever, guys.
That's great. How long of a drive from Detroit is it there, Tom? Or Chicago?
Not long.
Okay.
I remember it being like 7 hours from Cleveland, so do the math.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
sure.
doesn't help
That's
us
3
any.
extra hours. So 4 hours from Detroit, basically.
Yeah.
In
All
what
right.
direction?
Yeah.
North?
North, yeah.
Yeah, I wonder if I could take that. Maybe I could fly into Wisconsin and take that. There's a steam ferry that goes across Lake Michigan.
Oh, that's right.
from
Yeah.
Manitowoc to Ludington, and
Mhm.
Manitowoc you may remember from Making a Murderer. That's where that thing happens.
Oh, really?
Anyway,
Ludington is
Yeah.
where I used to go fishing off the pier there.
that's right. You mentioned it in an episode.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Well, that's
And
pretty
then
great.
We'd go to the Baldwin River. Baldwin River was not too far from Ludington, and fished for brook trout and
Well,
rainbows.
that's nice.
Nice.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Hey, I had a brush with fame today that I should announce.
Oh,
It
yeah?
was good, clean fun. Again, this was on Facebook. But my friend Dave Schneider is friends with. Well, he posted a thing saying, tell me, what song made you cry when you saw it performed live? And he posted a Jonathan Richman song, "A Mistake Today for Me," a song that I'm not familiar with, but I'm sure it's great.
Love
And I
Jonathan
said,
Richman.
this isn't as cool as your answer,
Mhm.
but the one time I saw Rush, I got all weepy at Time Stand Still. Pause for laughter. And then Chris France, the drummer for the Talking Heads and the Tom Tom Club, said, "Oh no, not Rush," with a little half smiley face.
Oh,
And so I got teased for liking Rush by the drummer of the Talking Heads.
What Facebook group were you in that he was?
Oh no,
in?
this is just my friend Dave's post, and then I guess Chris Franz lives in Fairfield, where my friend Dave lives.
Oh.
Fairfield or Bridgeport, maybe Connecticut.
wow.
Interesting.
Yeah, so they're pals.
Interesting.
Tom has connections like that.
Yeah.
See, you know what? I'm sincere friends with people who make these weird connections. Like I have nothing to do with it. I'm just sort of a hanger on.
Tom.
No, I know.
Like Dan
but
at camp.
Yeah. Tom just brushes up with fame the way that someone would brush up
Yeah.
next to someone creepily on a public train.
yeah.
Right. I just show up at my friend's house to watch Star Trek and The Simpsons,
He's
Kirk
he's a
Douglas is sitting
Fame
there.
for tourists.
No. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Anyway,
not
I
like
just wanted to
it's not
share
like
that.
right, and I believe Tom here because it's not like his life was improved by these connections at all.
No, not at all.
You know,
I get
he's
to
not
chat about it on a podcast.
right. It's not like
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You wouldn't believe me if it did, improve my life in any way.
No.
Yeah.
If it did, it's
Things
not.
are looking up for old Tom Taylor. I got teased by the drummer of the Talking Heads.
Yeah. If it did, it's not a noticeable improvement, if you know what I mean.
Not at all. No.
What about?
Should we do trivia?
Oh,
We're getting
my
kind
God.
of. I guess we are doing trivia. Look at that.
Tom said the magic word. Yeah.
Dan, you said a while ago that you had trivia on deck, but is that still the case right now? I just put you on the spot.
I could do that. My idea had been, we were hitting a bit of a snag there, and the Caddyshack wasn't challenging enough. But it's like, well, I'll just do what I do when playing Trivialopoly, the game that I invented with friends a couple decades ago. You roll the die, since there's 6 categories on a Trivial Pursuit card. You roll the die for a category since there's 6 categories, and then you read the question. So I thought we'd do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Let me pull some cards out here.
I'm excited.
How are we going to roll the die?
I've got a die here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I keep lots of dice around.
So the die is gonna.
The die is cast.
You never know when
it's
you're
just
going to shoot some
1 to
crap.
6, like what's on the card. You mean?
Well, you go 1 to. There's 6 categories, Tom, and then you roll.
Okay, yeah.
You roll. Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. 1 through 6, going up, down, and then now keep in mind this is Genus 1, the only Trivial Pursuit worth playing that has.
Yes.
So it's
If the answer
1982.
is anything, if the answer is anything other than a chorus line, it's a newer version.
Right, exactly.
That doesn't
right.
count.
It's so some of these might be a little out of date.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Fair enough.
All right, so here we go. Ready? We'll
It's
do
a document of the past.
we'll do a few questions here. Here we go.
Okay. I'm
Give us a
excited.
drink.
Okay, we
Give us
got Brown. This is I rolled a 4. That's arts and literature. Get us a drink. Get us a drink.
I would always say arts and leisure, even though I knew it was literature.
What city's police force did Charlie Chan work for? Toby Wong.
Charlie fucking Chan.
Toby Wong. Charlie
fucking Chan.
You guys
San
know
Francisco.
that one?
I'll say San Francisco. Yeah.
That's a good guess. It's
I'm
Honolulu.
with Mike. Oh, forgot. Really?
Yeah.
Fuck that
Crazy,
shit.
right? It's
That's
old
really
school
weird
stuff.
and
This is why I
silly.
love Genus 1. This is why I love Genus 1.
Yeah.
Toby.
A lot of
Toby
date,
Wong.
but okay, let's see here. Let's roll again. We got a 5. That's green.
Spiro Agnew.
That's science
I'm sorry.
and nature.
Oh,
Ooh, I
okay.
like
Does
Okay.
does Uranus have an aurora?
On a good night.
On a good night is correct.
Oh,
Okay, let's see here.
I just pulled that out of somewhere. I don't
3,
even know where.
yeah,
you pulled it out of Uranus.
yeah.
See what you did there?
So let's see. This is number 2. That's pink. That's entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
What actress
sweep
has
this.
received the most Oscar nominations? Now, when we play this game,
oh,
we play with
yeah.
the answer on the back of the card, not
yes.
if it's out of date. It's out of date.
In this is 82.
No,
is that when this came out?
As of 82,
Oh, interesting.
out of date question.
Would Meryl Streep? The answer
No.
now has to be Meryl Streep, right?
That is the
Not
Like,
at
answer.
that
if
time.
this was happening now.
That is the answer.
I was going to
now.
say the same thing, but yeah, that's the answer now, but
Golly.
not in 82, though.
Right.
No.
That's how we play. When my
She's-
friend Eric and I play, if the answer is East Germany, the answer is East Germany. You know?
But 82,
Mhm.
82 is like
Wow.
what, Silkwood, right?
Yeah, probably around then. Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
a
maybe.
little after that.
Yeah, so
French lieutenant's woman.
hmm Before
she's
Out
a
of
deer
Africa.
hunter.
I don't know why, but I want to say Sally Field.
Okay.
Doesn't that seem like a good
What-
era appropriate
I think
guess?
she received a dozen nominations for her work in Smokey the Bandit.
Yeah, so,
They retired her years after
Yeah,
that.
Diablo sandwich.
Dr. Pepper and Meg, I'm a goddamn hurry, says
No,
Fred
it's
Flintstone.
I'll give you a hint. Oh, Norman, you old fool!
Oh my God! Of course,
Hepburn.
Martin Short as Katharine Hepburn.
That's Martin Short. That's correct.
Wow,
Let's see here. Mike, questions? All right. That's a 5. That's another science question.
Oh boy.
What does a typical American eat 263 of each year?
Jesus. Flies.
26?
Right. 263
Oh,
of each
263.
year. Typical American.
Hamburgers.
Could it be hamburgers, really?
263.
La hamburguesa.
It's like most days of the year. You have
No,
a
God,
hamburger?
no, that can't be it. This has got to be pancakes? No. I don't know.
Wow. Stick of butter?
It's it's eggs.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense.
200.
All right,
It's
next
It's different now,
question.
though. This is 82. It's Cinnabons.
Yeah.
They changed it.
Yeah.
Okay. Where does Yogi Bear live? This is entertainment. Where does Yogi Bear live?
Yellowstone.
Jellystone.
That's right, Jellystone.
Yeah,
That's what I meant.
Philistine.
So that would have been correct in 1982. Now the answer would be he's dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now it's Bedlam.
Let's see what we got here. Green, that's a science. What does a polyorchid man have at least 3 of?
Oh, God. I mean, now the answer would be testicles here in 2018, right?
Now the answer is testicles. Back in 82, what is it?
It's probably... Golly. What's the word again? What's the phrase? The term?
Polyorchid.
Polyorchid.
Certainly
3 flowers.
orchids.
He's got 3 flowers.
Yeah,
He's got 3
he's
corsages
got it.
for 3 dates because he lives on a sitcom. He's got 3 dates for the prom. They don't know about each other. He's got to run around like a crazy person with 3 orchids.
It's
Come
polyorchid,
on
which never made it past the pilot phase. Yeah. Testicles is correct.
Is that really true?
That's right.
Wow.
All right, last one.
Why orchid?
Sorry, some of these are out of date. Sports and leisure. That's an orange. What football player is most famous for rushing for 2,003 yards in 1973?
O.J. Simpson.
Orenthal James Simpson. You got it.
I've heard of him.
Yeah.
He used to play football?
That's right.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That question's been struck. That question has been striked from the new version.
That's right.
I would imagine.
Yeah. Now it says.
Is that because
who is second
was
most
his record
famous
beaten?
for doing this? Right. That was trivia.
It's even true.
Yeah, wait. Give us another sports one. Give us a drink.
Give us a drink.
Yeah.
Give us a drink.
You want some sports, Mike? Now remember,
some 1982 sports.
Sports and leisure. So sometimes there's
I get
questions
that.
on there about how to make a martini and stuff. Okay.
Right, I understand that.
What basketball player is credited with 23,924 rebounds?
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I made that up.
In 1982.
I'm just going to name
He was
all
busy
the...
working as an airline pilot in 1982.
The hell I don't.
I'm busting my butt every night.
Up and down the court.
Up and down the court. Tell your old man.
Chase, what is it? Chase up and down the court. Who was it?
Yeah,
Dr.
Lanier.
J? Lanier.
Yeah. Lanier.
You know
I don't
what
know.
movie ever made?
No.
He's also famous for some 40,000 other things, which is apparently...
Wilt Chamberlain.
That's right.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Is it?
40,000 still.
Yeah.
All right, get us a
one
drink.
more. One more.
Leagues under the
What?
sea.
Okay. What 2 boxers were involved in 1927's long count bout?
Jack Dempsey and some other guy.
Jack Dempsey.
That's the oldest
Max.
boxer I know of.
And you were going to say...
Max Schmeling.
I was going to say Max Schmeling. That's a great guess, but it's not Max Schmeling.
Two
No,
Fist
that was-
McGurk.
Yeah, fisticuffs, Johnson. No, it was Gene Tunney.
No.
Huh.
Tootie.
Gene Tierney was a boxer, huh?
Gene
Never knew
Gene
that.
Tierney, yeah, absolutely. Just like
Really
weird.
a lot of people had to have side jobs, such as airline pilots, and
I was gonna say it was the Toronto Kid.
the Toronto Kid, the Cincinnati Kid. All right, I got one more for you. This one I just thought was interesting. How high is a soccer goal?
Oh, wow.
Shit, I don't even know.
That's right.
A little too low.
Yeah. All right.
I don't know, Dan.
8 feet. 8 feet high. So there you go.
Son of a bitch.
All right, get back.
There you go,
Cue the music again there, Jimmy.
Maybe that was
Thanks.
true.
There's no
Okay,
Jimmy.
there we go.
We're getting a thumbs
Thank
up
you,
from the
Jimmy.
booth.
Don't listen to him, Jimmy.
All right.
We know you're real.
He's saying
All
we
right.
got a break for lunch. Wait though. So
we got a
is
break
this
for
movie
bedtime.
a bit of a? It's sort of there's a precursor. So they're just driving around with no idea what they're going to do, further away from civilization.
Right.
Right.
They're like, I mean, yeah. That's a good question. Do we know where Bob's Country Bunker is, or even where it was filmed,
Right, but
where it's supposed to
You
be?
get the impression they've been driving around, which means they're leaving the area in which there might be any gigs conceivable. Right.
Right.
Yeah.
So
They're driving down some dirt road along the water.
Yeah, so they're way outside of Rockford or something at this point, and it's got a bit of a what's a movie, Field of Dreams kind of quality where they're just like, if you drive, there'll be something will come up.
Yeah,
something
the gig will
happen.
come. Yeah, the giggle reveal itself.
Yeah, if you
And it
But
totally
to
does.
jump ahead,
That's exactly
to jump
what happens.
ahead,
yeah,
to jump ahead a few scenes when they drive by the cops. Those are the same two cops that were on Cumberland Avenue
right.
back in Park Ridge. So they
right.
are they that
that's
far
true.
outside of Chicago? He's been driving around for 3 hours, and those same two cops are on a stakeout or set up a speed trap for him.
Mhm.
So it can't be too far outside of the city.
That's true. I have no guess as to where that would be, but I do remember there occasionally being I used to go to a country bar.
Oh, you know what? No, it does say. It does say.
Oh.
It comes up in a later scene, but they do say the name of the city.
Oh, wow.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so I guess.
Yeah.
Something
So
to
we'll
look
wait.
forward to.
Yeah, we'll wait because during the "Give Me Some Lovin'," he says the name of the city.
Oh, really? Okay. Like,
Yeah.
oh, you beautiful people here in whateversville.
Yeah.
That's great.
Okay.
Yeah. So we'll wait.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh,
Right.
well then you wait.
Wait.
You
Hey,
wait.
look, my son just came down to say goodnight.
All right.
Oh,
That's enough.
That's where it
I'm
ends
sick
right
of that.
there when the family's coming
You know,
down.
look
I
at
told
my
him
No
well-adjusted.
kids, no wives or kids
I love
in the
you,
dugout.
boy. I love you, boy.
My child.
I love you, boy. I love you, boy.
No.
No, no, oh no,
Hey.
no, I love you, boy. Oh no.
He didn't ask for this.
I searched for Bob's Country Bunker, and
I did
there
too.
is no Bob's Country Bunker. I'm a little surprised.
No.
Yeah.
Surprised nobody just made it, name their place that later.
Yeah, what I don't understand about this is that you have these you have like the Caddyshack themed restaurant, and then you have you have all these theme restaurants based on movies. But what they ought to do is stuff like this, where it's not based strictly on the entire movie, but on one scene where you copy it exactly.
Yeah.
If you do that, I'll go. But I'm not going to go to
it's like
Caddyshack restaurant.
Just call it Bob's Country Bunker, and you go in there and it's set up just like that scene.
Right, and the guy goes, no
Yeah.
fucking teeth, and you go in there, and and it's got the same chicken
Bob's
wire,
over
and
there.
some band comes out and plays
Right.
plays Rawhide theme and stuff. I'd go.
Over and over again.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Bob's by the pinball machine. All right.
yeah,
Well, I tell you, I sure would appreciate it
I
if
sure
you
would
entered it through the gift shop.
exactly. And if if they had if they had a place like an outdoor place that was like exactly like the Rusty Pelican or whatever, or the what is it? I'd go down there and shake my booty down by the dock.
Oh,
and have a
totally.
poke.
Yeah.
Yeah. Save
Get
me
it
a
from
poke.
Negro. There's a town in New York State that supposedly was Frank Capra's inspiration for Bedford Falls and It's a Wonderful Life.
Okay.
And it's the one town in the country that I know I never want to go to because it sounds absolutely horrible. Like it's like they got a guy dressed as like George Bailey walking around and yelling stuff, and you get everybody's got like
I wouldn't want to go.
I don't know, like they just go whole hog, like I'm gonna jump off a bridge and kill myself, like it's like all geared around people coming there to think that they're in Bedford Falls.
Oh, that's great.
And it sounds like an absolute nightmare.
That's that would be a nightmare. Although immediately it popped into my head Christmas Story.
For me.
If they copied what's the name of the department store where they got the Santa?
Oh,
Gimbals.
Higbee's.
Yeah,
Higbee's
or Bigbee's. Higbee's.
I don't know if I've told you guys.
Gimbals?
My cousin lives directly next to or across the street from their house.
Oh,
the Ralphie's house.
Oh my God!
And he says it's insufferable because they've they bought the building next to it so they could put it in a parking lot to accommodate all the tourists. He can't handle it. He can't believe that people would come and just take pictures of this house.
It's ridiculous.
And hang out and look at it and point and stuff. And
is it in Hammond, Indiana, or is it?
No, it's in Cleveland, Ohio. At least the exterior is, yeah.
Where they shot it.
Yeah.
And he lived on Cleveland Street in Hammond. But
yeah.
it's actually in Cleveland. Is that what you're saying? Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh God.
So he's having an awful time. Every time he complains about it, I'm like, I'd kind of love to go check that out.
Yeah.
Sounds like a lot of fun. Is there a leg lamp in the window?
Oh my god.
So he lives next door?
Yeah. Is he the next door or
Bumpuses.
directly across the street?
The Bumpus' house.
Yeah, he's the Bumpus. Yeah.
Yeah.
My
He's the
cousin is a
Bumpuses.
Bumpus.
Sons of bitches!
Bumpus!
Hey! Yeah, remind me of also when I was because I was just in Albuquerque for Thanksgiving, and apparently they had this problem in Albuquerque with Breaking Bad locations, right? Because people love that show, and people were going. I don't know if you watched. Did you watch the show?
Yeah, it's you.
Yeah,
you're Pinkman. Yeah, so if you
people say
if you were walking around, you should move there and say that. Yeah, I'm Jesse
I'll be
Pinkman.
like the George Bailey of the. Yeah, exactly. If you wander around town and just go, those are great green beans, Mrs. White. No,
there's a stretch in that show when. Go ahead.
I was just going to say they had a problem with that house because people would go and throw a pizza on top of the roof of it. Like too many people were going and throwing a pizza on it.
I heard that the woman who lives there just sits out in front of her house and tells people to scram. That's all she does.
Unless she's hungry.
Keep moving.
In which case, go ahead and throw a pizza.
Yeah, would it kill you to put some mushrooms on that thing?
Sorry,
there was
Mike.
A stretch of that show.
Say?
There was a stretch of that show when Jesse Pinkman was just getting the life beat out of him over and over again.
Yeah,
like just getting beaten to a pulp. And I always thought about that's Dan. He's getting his ass kicked. It was kind of getting me down a little bit.
Getting you down. I thought you'd enjoy it.
No, every episode. No, he got beat with an inch of his life.
No.
Well,
but yeah,
I'm sorry. Sorry, I had to go through that. Both of you.
Say I have another funny thing from Albuquerque, which is that, I have a friend who lives in Oakland, but I don't really see him very often. And his name is Shannon. And I saw him I happened to be one of those things where I'm on the plane right next to him, and we're both headed to Albuquerque. And we only see each other at Thanksgiving, really, but it's a very, very close group otherwise. But I'm sitting. I get on the plane, and there I am sitting with Shannon. I talked to him the whole 2 hours, and he shows me his phone, and he's listening to Caddyshack Minute 80.
Oh wow!
I see him once a year. He's really cool. And he shows me he's been listening to the whole Caddyshack Minute and he loves it. And I'm like,
nice.
Really? And I'm delighted by this. He also knows every Stern reference, like all these references having to do with Haas Fong, all this other stuff. He knows all of them. He's exactly our target audience.
Oh, that's beautiful.
I couldn't believe it.
Shout out to you, Shannon.
Yeah. There he is.
Well,
Shannon.
That should be a lesson to everybody out there. It's time to get your friends involved.
Yeah.
Start telling people about the show.
Turn to the person next to you on the plane, stick your phone in their face, and say, I'm minute 81, Caddyshack Minute.
Yeah.
What are you doing with your life?
Yeah, get involved.
These guys are insane.
Not with the elections, in 2020 or anything. Just get involved in this.
Yeah.
Get your community involved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put your face where your ears are.
We're right here. If one of your friends has a script that needs punching up, we'll do that for them. If somebody needs some... if someone's if someone's going to be handing out an award on stage and for their work and they need a script and they need the speech pumped up, need some jokes, we're your Bruce Vilanch. We can do this for you.
Yeah,
or
Jackie Martin.
For when they go up to get their award, we could just sit there in the seat so the camera doesn't, the auditorium doesn't look weird.
We'll punch up scripts.
You need to insult somebody. You got to show up at work tomorrow. You're going to insult your boss. Consult us first. We'll give you some one-liners.
Yeah.
We can make that go real smooth.
Exactly.
Right. Real horror show.
All right. Well, let's shut this down now.
Yeah. We all got to go to bed. It's ridiculous
I need to go to bed
that
so
such
I
a boring episode
right.
lasted for so long.
Stupid.
I got to fall asleep so I can wake up at 12:05.
Sweet.
And once again at 1:52. No, I'm not.
No.
All right.
If you're still listening, you're stupid.
Enjoy bed.
Okay.
How do you like that?
I'll give it a shot.
Everyone within the sound of my voice at this moment in time, you're dumb for listening to this.
Yeah, what are you
but
doing?
come back next time where we will
One more
finally
thing.
get to Bob's Country Bunker, and Mike's got another thing to say. What?
One more thing. This is one of the rare episodes there was no fucking sirens.
Oh,
that's nice.
That means
you got those new insulated
sirens.
windows.
Crimes are going unreported. That's all that means.
No, it just means that the first responders just gave up on answering the calls.
Yeah. What's the point?
You people keep the city.
Yeah, they keep bleeding. All right. On that beautiful note,
all right.
Please come back next time.
Wait,
Tell a friend.
whoa.
Come join. Whoa.
Yeah. How just to check in? How we doing with the train? Doing all right?
We should save this for next time because we do have to go to bed. Mike had a very good idea for another edition that we will not get into.
We'll talk about it later.
But I think it's really good. We'll talk about it next time.
You might have to remind me.
We're doing good.
And I wanted to ask also if we're supposed to mention our patrons, or is that over now?
Thank you very much for that, Dan. I sometimes just totally space it. We do absolutely, of course, want to thank
Pork.
Our Snoke Pork. We want to thank.
They don't need to hear it every time.
Matt Carter Snoke. We want to thank
Smokehouse.
Smokehouse.
We got a new guy. We got a new Patreon called Snork Snokehouse.
Yeah, Snork Snorkhouse.
Snoke
Porterhouse. Pork Snorterhouse. May Flores, Mark Mavora, Captain America himself, Matt Carson, Scott Bishop, and Private Pile. Ow! We thank you all. We love you dearly.
Mark Mavora.
You guys are awesome. Keep it up. Tell a friend.
He's the Delaware of this thing.
It's Mavora.
He is.
Mavora.
Yeah. Mavora.
Not Mavora. It's more Mavora.
Right.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you all. Thank everybody else who's just freeloading, listening to this for free. We love you too.
Doesn't matter.
Hey, you scratched my ankle.
And thank you, Fuck House.
Yeah.
Fucker House
Flash Funk.
Flash Funker House and Snoke Fuck House
Bloke
and
Johnson House. Thank you for your support.
Yeah. Yes. Blumpkin House.
I think there was one.
Fucker House.
Poke Beeper House.
Smoker House.
Poke Beeper House was one too.
Smoke Fuck House. Smoke House.
Smokey the Bear House.
Hey, thanks for listening to the show. Please find us online at bluesbrothersminute.com. That's Blues, BROS Minute. And then find us on Facebook at Blues Brothers Minute, same spelling, and at Twitter at Blues Bros Min. And if you want to support the show and get some fun stuff like early access to shows and postcards from the three of us, go to www.patreon.com/ditchdiggers. You'll be glad you did. And if you love this show, you will not hate the Caddyshack Minute, which you can find in the podcatcher of your choice, or you can head over to caddyshackminute.com. See you next time.